Hey everyone, welcome to Mountain in the Mist. Today we are recording part 2 of our Raising Meat Rabbit series. And in this video, we're going to show y'all how we sex our rabbits to determine if they're male or female. And then we're gonna head into the rabbitry and show you how we actually breed our rabbits. We're also gonna give you guys a little bit of a tour because we've made some upgrades in our rabbitry since part 1 of this video came out. So let's go grab a rabbit and take a closer look.
A very important task is to be able to sex the rabbits. We do this before we buy any rabbits to verify their gender, as well as if we want to keep any rabbits. So how you do that is you gather a friend. It's easier with 2 people as one person will be holding the rabbit and the other person will be looking. You want to take your rabbit and you're going to want to flip them. They don't love to be flipped, but if you do it gently and kind of quickly, it's a lot easier on them. Hold them kind of upside down and have your friend push gently above the genitals area. And we'll show you a closer look here. So just very gently push above the genitals, and as you can see, this is a doe. You see the slit goes from the bottom to the top. We call that a taco in the rabbit world. In a boy, we'll show you later, it'll be more of like a hot dog. Specifically with this doe, you can see it's kind of red, and that means she is ready to breed. So she is primed up and ready to breed, which is perfect because that's what we'll be doing today. Everybody meet Ghost. This is our buck. We're going to show you what the male genitalia looks like on him. It's easiest to sex your rabbits at about 6 to 8 weeks. So wait until then, and then you'll get your confirmed gender at that age. So let's go ahead and flip him over and see what we're working with here. So there is your hot dog. You can also see his gonads here on the sides. Those aren't always obvious in male rabbits. He's an adult male rabbit, so they'll stick out. In the babies, you're just going to be looking for that hot dog. Welcome to our new and updated rabbitry. If y'all remember, we had the hanging wire dog crate cages that we converted over to rabbit cages. And those worked great for a couple years. They were easy to convert, and we were able to move the rabbits easily between different properties we were living at. However, they came with some issues. So we built these nice new hutches, and they have improved our lives and the rabbits' lives greatly. First of all, we've got this nice top door access, which allows us to get in here, interact with our rabbits much more easily. We can just pick up a baby rabbit whenever we want without having to climb into the dog crate. They're a little bit bigger, so they give our rabbits a little bit more space. We have a divider here that separates our cages, and our plan is when we wean our babies from our mamas, they're just going to go right over there so that they can interact still, but not obviously nurse off of mom. So it'll be a little bit easier for moms and babies to get weaned. But everything else is the same in the cages. Hay feeders, pellet feeders, block, watering system, nesting boxes, all that good stuff is the same. These cages don't have as much vertical space as our dog crates had, and that's perfectly okay with us. It's not necessary to have that wasted vertical space. We just need enough space basically to get a nesting box in. Now that we finished our rabbitry tour, let's talk about breeding rabbits. We like to wait until our rabbits are about 6 to 8 months old before we breed them first. This gives their body a little bit of extra time to mature and ensures healthy litters. Rabbits can also breed about every 30 days. However, we like to wait 6 weeks in between our breedings. This allows our bunnies to have a little bit of extra time with their mom. We like to wean their kits at 6 weeks old, and so we have our does bred about every 6 weeks to allow for that extra time with mom. There are no heat cycles with rabbits, so does basically ovulate when they're brought together with the buck. It makes breeding very convenient for the farmers. Now let's get to breeding the rabbits. We are going to be breeding both of our does today. Before we breed, we like to, hi, you ready? We like to remove some of the extracurricular activities in our buck's cage. So out goes the stick for now, as well as the resting block. This gives them a little bit more space to get the job done. Next, we'll go get our does. We always bring our does to our buck's cage. This ensures that the doe doesn't become territorial. If you bring the buck to the doe's cage, she can be territorial and aggressive towards the buck and actually castrate the buck. So we always bring our does to our bucks, and sometimes we'll use a breeding neutral cage where the cage belongs to nobody. We're gonna start with our doe, Cool Amber here. She is usually very eager to breed. All right, so we put them together and there's gonna be some sniffing about. He's gonna get right to business. What we really wanna see is the doe lifting for the buck. And there you have it. So you just witnessed a fall off where the buck basically fell off of the doe, and that means that the breeding was successful. So when we breed our rabbits, we try to aim for 2 fall offs per breeding, and we do that twice. So we'll do it in the evening as well as the morning. We never want to leave the doe and the buck alone, unattended, because the doe can get kind of cranky at the buck and be aggressive towards him. So as you can see, he's kind of interested in another round. She's not giving him a whole lot of space. We want to see if she will lift for him. She might not because she was just bred. Let's give him a little bit more space to work with her. Come here, girl. There you go. Okay, round 2, and that was a very quick one. So, all right, we got 2 fall-offs. Let's get our other doe, Mercury. Our other doe, Mercury here, has been known to not want to breed. Some tricks for that are to withhold some of her food ration, to change up her cage for a few days, to take her in a car, drive her around for 15-20 minutes. And some people put lights on the rabbits for 8 to 12 hours to imitate spring. So let's see if she's willing today. Usually rabbits do want to breed right after giving birth. We're in and see what happens here. Sniffing is very normal. The buck is kind of stomping at her. That's also a very normal behavior. Bucks can breed several does a day, no problem. It's pretty impressive actually how many they can breed. And there we go. That was a very quick round with a successful fall off and a lift. We'll see if they'll do another round for us. He might be a little bit tuckered out, but we'll give him some time. You camera shy? Because we only got 1 very quick fall off, what we're gonna do is wait an hour, come back and rebreed Mercury to him tonight. And then in the morning, we'll rebreed both Mercury and Cool Amber to him. So we'll get hopefully 4 fall offs, which usually means we'll have babies in 30 days.
That wraps up part 2 of our Raising Meat Rabbit series. We talked all about how to sex and breed the rabbits today. Expect part 3 to be coming in about 30 days, where we talk all about the birth process and getting ready to have that very first litter of rabbit babies. Thanks for tuning in, watching this video, liking, subscribing, all the good stuff. Make sure you follow us over on Instagram for kind of daily updates and a little more insight into our life here. And we'll see you guys next time.